have any Clerks fans here? The Viewers Universe, Clerks 3. Let's bring up Brian, Jeff, Trevor, and Austin. What up?
How's it going, everybody?
Wow, it's like an AA meeting in here all of a sudden. Everybody's all quiet and shit after partying last night.
Brian, this is an intervention.
Shit, you're 40 years too late. Wait, by a show of hands, who hasn't seen Clerks 3? Get out!
You're expelled.
There might be some spoilers, so just be aware. But yeah, if you have some issues with language or not wanting to have youthful people hear some things that there's always some knucklehead who loves donkey shows and stuff's going to be talked about. So heads up,
I feel attacked.
warning, that's what's going to happen here.
What's a jizz mopper?
Exactly.
That's going to be a long ride home.
Yeah. So now you've been fairly warned.
Well, you know mops.
All right.
What?
Lead us on.
Well, I just want to kick it off by saying Clerks 3, for me, I was, going to date myself, I was 18 when Clerks came out. So Clerks 3 was like Avengers Endgame for me, where, you get in the time heist, you got to see them like relive the greatest hits of the past 10 years of Marvel movies, and this was like a very meta upon meta upon meta from really the group of people who invented, shared cinematic universe, putting Stan Lee in your movies.
Which Avenger is Austin?
Oh, this is a great question, actually.
Ant-Man?
I like Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Might be Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah.
But it had that great mix of like, it's super fun is what you would expect, but what you maybe didn't expect, and this is where we're getting to a mild spoiler, it's moving. Clerks 3 was showing on my plane on the flight here, and we were talking about this the other day. You don't necessarily expect to see someone in the other seat turning on a Clerks movie and then weeping. So I called this panel Dramedy Central because, the Viewers Universe went very dramedy with the Clerks guys where it all started. So
yeah, we had
I'd like
to
to kick that off by talking about that.
Yeah, we had some fans come up to us today who were like, I had seen the movie and then I saw it was on the plane, but my wife didn't see the movie, so on a flight here, we watched Clerks 3, and there's some emotional parts in the movie, as people know, and so she was like crying on the plane. I was like, I can imagine if I was across the aisle from them, like, yo, they're totally breaking up right there. He totally cheated on her, look at her. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, it's not the best cross country. It's like watching Sully on a plane, right? Like, why would you put that as one of your choices? Let's do all the movies about 9/11 on a plane.
I couldn't figure out why everybody kept jumping off the plane. Now I know.
Well, Trevor, you said that you were flying and someone was watching it next to you.
We were in Pensacola last weekend, and on my way back to San Francisco from Pensacola, the guy right next to me was watching Clerks 3. And I kept looking, because what are you going to do in that situation? Like, so I just was kind of like, and yeah, he didn't notice, or if he did, he didn't say anything, but it was really funny. He was laughing. And then when it got to the sad part, he started jerking it, so I thought that was...
Yeah, he was for sure trying to bang you.
Hey! Gil Hicks reference, nicely played.
A lady never tells.
If Jason Lee, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, man, there are just some things you don't talk about in public.
So people who were maybe following along the journey to Clerks 3 prior to this, going all the way back to, when you guys were doing press for Clerks 2, there were various permutations, and there was a whole completely different version of what the movie would have been prior to what it actually became. So I'm just curious, for each of you, I mean, was there a moment that you can remember where you realized, like, oh, this is actually happening, and this is the story we're definitely doing, and I definitely want to be in it? Did each of you have kind of a different...
Everything but that last part. Somebody bail me out.
You didn't want to be in it?
Just fucking with you.
Jeff?
What? I think everybody in this room knows I didn't want to be in it.
Right. That's why I threw it to you. Yours is a simple, quick answer.
Yeah.
Especially this third film, the first iteration of it was like 9 years ago. David, everybody, master artist. With the first iteration of a Clerks 3 script, it was a lot darker than where we went with this one. This one was more heartfelt, pun intended. And this one, the first one was something that was really, really like, whoa. I remember Jeff and I, when we first got the script, was like, oh, what's going on with Kevin? Is he all right? That kind of thing. And then the producers who were on board with that version were people who we did not want to work with really again.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, well, you can ask him. I forget what prison number he's at. But that kind of thing was like, yeah, we're not going to probably do that one. And then years went by, and then there was a gathering at a private signing where Jay and Kevin and then Jeff were all doing a signing for a company called, through our agencies, ZSC Entertainment and Lilu Multiprops had a signing, which then Kevin and Jeff got to talking again, and Kevin was like, I have an idea for a new version of the Clerks 3 script. And then it went on from there. And then when reading it, I was very touched by the fact that he put in his own life experiences about his own health and things like that, and put it in. And the fact that what the Elias character transforms through, and then adding the blockchain character, and just seeing like, wow, this is really a time machine of like, you're really gonna have us go back and really fool an audience into paying what they already saw? I'm interested in this real-time heist. So
It was all a ploy to get me in acid-wash jeans again.
What are you talking about? You showed up with 4 of your own pairs. Then you were like, ooh, I still fit in them. So then once that got rolling, and he brought on Jordan, who's Jay's wife, who just had a child, by the way. They just had a new son.
Like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. She and Liz Destro were the producers of the film. We got Lionsgate involved, which is a really great company to work for. And we were able to get the ball rolling and shoot the whole thing back again, old school, back in Jersey, which was awesome.
I think one of the things, too, that Kevin has talked about in doing it, the original Clerks 3 that he wrote was a completely made-up story. So Kevin didn't have that emotional connection to it, and I think when he wrote the new script, it was more based on him, and it had a little more heart and felt
Like the first one.
Yeah, it felt a little more like it belonged in the Clerks world.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Jeff, when I first saw it, and this happens pretty early in the movie for the 1 or 2 people in here that didn't see it, when Randal has the heart attack, I thought like, oh, this is the Harrison Ford. Like, I'm only gonna come back if you kill me off.
I've been trying to get killed off since the first one.
Yeah. Now that the thing has been out there and people have soaked it in for the last few months, what are you finding from fans that they're either moved by or enjoying the most about it, and coming to these conventions and getting the opportunity to talk to people and hear their questions, which we'll do here in a few? What are some of the common reoccurring themes that you're encountering?
The most common is, F you, you made me cry, you
Fair.
And then I go, then I did my job. There's a lot of people who it touches emotionally, and it connects with. Whether you went through a health scare yourself, or your parents, or you buried someone who was very close to you, that kind of a thing, it really has spoken to people, which has touched me because, you would think like, oh my God, you guys started with just fart jokes and snowballing and here you are giving me the cries, like the ugly cries, like my husband has never cried, not even when I had, whatever going on, and that type of thing. And for people to connect this way. And then there are people who connect with the pain and depression that the Dante character feels with the loss that he has of the other character in his life. I don't want to spoil it for the other people. So they've reached out and be like, yo, your pain of missing someone really connected, like you really caught along with, which was great. And the fact that the bromance that is Dante and Randal gets to be joined by these two guys who are kind of like the next level. And the fact that,
Are we gonna kiss?
it's been nice to see that a lot of people connected. I nearly fucking flip the out. There are two people cosplaying as
they're right
Elias.
there.
Yes,
As Elias and Blockchain.
Can you stand up for everybody?
I literally ran over to their table and I said, I told you this day would come when someone would finally cosplay you. Yeah, so it's been nice to see that it's connected to people. But once again, like, they're like, you son of a bitch, so I guess we won't see you again. And I'm like, you saw Becky, didn't you? Like, I was like, you'll totally see me. It's just force ghost me and shit.
I get a lot of people that said they saw it and they cried, and I go, oh, it was really heartfelt, right? And they go, no, it was your acting.
Goddamn Golden Globes.
Yeah, and they can force ghost the hell out of you. I mean, we got force ghost Billy Loomis.
Absolutely.
In the last year, right?
Why not?
Why not? So seeing the Elias and Blockchain cosplay brings me to something I'm really dying to ask about. As a metalhead, one of my favorite things about the Views universe very early on was the homage paid to Welcome Home from the classic Perfect album of Them by an artist by the name of King Diamond. And there's a definite King Diamond homage happening at a certain point with the look of Elias in this film. So let's talk about metal. Let's talk about the inspiration and the wardrobe choices and the makeup and.
Yeah, I mean, so some of those things were in the script, and then a lot of them we just sort of we were throwing together like while we were shooting, and you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Some woman in the front row was like, what? No, it is crazy because that's not how movies are made. Yeah. Usually you have a plan and you do
The costume and makeup people just loved Trevor.
Yeah. It was only supposed to be a 3-week shoot. It turned into a 6-week shoot.
Yeah, no, but they were like hair, makeup, wardrobe. They were all just so funny, and they were so game to like just like do crazy things. And yeah, I mean, we were like, there was a point in which, for those of you who saw Clerks 3, there's like the montage part where Randal's making the movie, and I remember they. Like the costumes were kind of going over so well with the crew that there was a moment where Kevin was talking to Allie, who's our wardrobe person, and he was like, there's nothing in the script that says this all takes place in one night. And so we decided to do like 9 more costumes, like one for every cut in that montage. And they'd like all the HMU and wardrobe people, they just had to like wing it. And it
For
was,
like just Trevor to be in 1 second of a shot.
It was really funny. So that was just like an awesome experience. And the King Diamond one is a nice callback to the second movie where Jay and Jeff are
Let me help you, what are your chance, Grandma?
I like that scene. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question, but it was super fun. Yeah.
We would always be waiting for Trevor and Austin to come up to set after being in hair and makeup and costume for a while, and it was this big reveal, like, what are we getting today?
Yeah, they wouldn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I would get that. I said this before, but I would get 2 looks, mostly from men, when I would come up to the where we were shooting, and when people would see the costumes for the first time. And the first look was this, and the second look was this.
It was time we were waiting, and we're waiting for a while, and I was just like, what the is Lady Gaga ready or what? What the are we doing here, man? Every time he's coming in with a new outfit, but every time it was brilliant.
God, why didn't we do a Lady Gaga look? That would have been so
Where's the meat dress?
The meat dress, yeah. But because it's Clerks, it'd be lunch meat.
Just organs.
One of my favorites definitely was
Slim Jims.
Yeah. Just anything from the quick stop.
That would have been so
Slim
funny. We gotta
Jim
reshoot. All right,
Oh my
reshoot.
god, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
So let's open it up to some questions.
We got to start with the birthday girl.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Happy birthday.
That was actually all CGI. They drew them in.